Hey everyone, listen up because there's some huge news coming out of Washington that could seriously change things for millions of Americans practically overnight. Word is the House of Representatives just gave the green light to a major move that's going to send out $6,600 in fresh Social Security payments to certain folks who qualify, and get this, it could start as soon as tomorrow. Yeah, you heard that right. This is a big deal, especially with the economy feeling shaky for so many people right now. It's like a financial lifeline just dropped out of nowhere, and you might be wondering, am I one of the lucky ones who's getting this cash? Let's break it down together so you can figure out if you're in line for this boost. And trust me, you'll want to stick around because a lot of people don't even realize they might be eligible. So, here's the scoop. After months of back and forth, lawmakers finally agreed on something, and it's not just a small tweak. They voted to pump out these hefty payments to help retirees and disabled Americans who've been stretched thin by rising costs and inflation that just won't quit. What's wild is how fast this is happening. Reports say the Social Security Administration is burning the midnight oil to make it happen, with direct deposits possibly hitting accounts by tomorrow morning and checks going out in the mail soon after. Normally, changes like this take forever to roll out, but they're treating this like an emergency, which really says something about how urgent things have gotten for a lot of folks. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, $6,600 sounds awesome, but who's actually getting it? That's the key question, and it's not everyone on Social Security. So pay attention. This isn't a blanket raise. It's targeted to specific groups who lawmakers think need it most. First up, they're looking at people who've been on Social Security for 25 years or more. If you've been in the system that long, your benefits were set way back when prices and wages were totally different. And even with those yearly cost of living bumps, studies show your money doesn't stretch as far as it used to. So, for these long-timers, they're talking about a special boost that could hit that full $6,600 mark, especially if you've been collecting for decades. Next, there's a group they're calling out specifically, folks over 85 years old. If you're in your mid-80s or beyond, life gets pricey fast with medical bills piling up, and maybe your savings aren't what they used to be. Lawmakers get that, so they've carved out extra help for this crew, possibly breaking it down into 4 payments of $1,650 across the year, adding up to that $6,600 total. It's all about giving some breathing room when unexpected costs, like a trip to the doctor or new meds, hit hard. Then we've got people who've been on Social Security disability insurance for over 15 years. If that's you, they're recognizing that living with a disability long-term comes with its own set of challenges, medical stuff, care needs, and not a lot of chances to earn extra on the side. For this group, the plan seems to be monthly chunks of $550 over a year, stacking up to that $6,600. It's a steady flow to help keep things manageable. Another bunch they're zeroing in on, low-income folks who get both Social Security and Supplemental Security Income, or SSI. These are some of the most cash-strapped Americans out there, and this boost is meant to pull more of them out of poverty. Word is they might see a big upfront payment, like $2,200, then $400 a month for the next 11 months, hitting that $6,600 total. It's a front-loaded approach to give a quick lift when it's needed most. And here's one more twist. Surviving spouses could be in the mix too. If your husband or wife passed away in the last year, and they were on Social Security, you might snag a piece of this increase. Losing a spouse is tough enough emotionally, but when they were the main earner or you're stuck with funeral bills, it's a financial gut punch. This could soften that blow a bit. So, how do you know if this money's coming your way? The Social Security folks are supposed to send out notices, but with things moving this fast, the cash might show up before the letter does. Your best bet? Check your bank account tomorrow if you get direct deposit. Look for a bigger than usual payment, or hop online to your Social Security account and see if your benefit amounts jumped. If you're still not sure and think you should qualify, they're setting up a special spot on their website to check your status. Just a heads up, though, don't flood their phone lines yet. They're expecting a ton of calls, so the online route might save you a headache. One thing to clear up, this $6,600 isn't tied to the usual cost of living adjustment or COLA. That kicks in every January. That's still coming later, Based on inflation numbers they'll crunch in October. This is an extra shot in the arm for these specific groups, not a replacement for anything else. Why now? Well, Congress isn't exactly winning popularity contests these days, and helping out Social Security recipients is one thing both sides can actually agree on. You've got progressives pushing to fight senior poverty, and conservatives looking out for their retiree-heavy districts. It's a rare win-win that might just score them some points with voters. Where's the money coming from? They're saying it's a mix of trimming some administrative fat at the Social Security Administration and tweaking the tax cap on higher earners for a bit. It's not a total overhaul, just enough to cover this without rattling the program's long-term setup. Some critics aren't thrilled. They're worried this could mess with the normal process or open the door to more political meddling down the road. But the folks who push it through say it's smart and focused, helping the people who need it most without flipping the whole system upside down. If you're one of the ones getting this cash, what should you do with it? Sure, it might be tempting to splurge or cover bills right away. And that's fine if you need to, but maybe think about stashing some for a rainy day. Financial folks say even a little emergency fund can make a huge difference, especially if you're mostly living off Social Security. Medical surprises don't wait for a good time to hit, so having a cushion could be a game changer. Not getting the boost? Don't sweat it too much. There are still ways to squeeze more out of your benefits. Double-check your earnings record online to make sure it's right. See if you qualify for spousal or survivor benefits you didn't know about, or play around with when you start claiming to bump up your monthly check. Plus, some states and towns have programs to pitch in if you're struggling. Worth a look if things are tight. This could be the start of something bigger. 2. Right now, it's a quick fix for certain people, not a full-on redo of Social Security. But with both parties actually working together on this, it might mean they're warming up to tackle the tougher stuff, like how to keep the program going strong as more folks retire and fewer pay in. That's a ways off, but this could be a sign of more changes brewing.